This video explains the main points of a book called The Creation of Superhuman, written by Dr. Raymond W. Bernard in 1986. It talks about how in today's world, many people see releasing sexual fluids as normal, but Dr. Raymond teaches us that these fluids are very important and valuable for our bodies. He explains how these fluids are essential for our health and vitality, and wasting them can have serious consequences. Dr. Raymond says that when men waste their seed through excessive sexual activity or indulgence, they're essentially throwing away their life force. This can lead to a shorter lifespan and weaker health. He explains that as people age, if they've wasted their sexual fluids, they can appear much older than they actually are. Their bodies become weaker, their skin becomes dry, and they may even die prematurely. Dr. Raymond emphasizes that our sexual glands produce important substances that are necessary for our overall well-being. When these substances are wasted, our bodies become weaker and more prone to illnesses. Essentially, he argues that preserving these substances can help us live longer, healthier lives. On the flip side, preserving this vital energy source is key to living a long life. Men who have active sexual glands and maintain them can live to a ripe old age. For instance, if an elderly man can be temporarily rejuvenated by getting the testicles of a goat or monkey implanted, it's likely he wouldn't have aged so much if he had preserved his own sexual vitality through a disciplined life. Senility, which often stems from being sterile or impotent, is a result of excessive sexual activity. However, weak genital glands, like any weak part of the body, can be restored to health through conserving their secretions and maintaining a natural diet that keeps the blood pure. The medieval alchemists, who sought the philosopher's stone, were actually exploring the science of endocrinology. They aimed not at creating gold from lead, but at refining sexual energy, which, when directed upward from the pelvis to the brain, enhances mental abilities. They believed that conserving and transforming this vital force could lead to eternal youth and physical immortality. Dr. Junior Brinkley, an esteemed endocrinologist, emphasizes the importance of conserving sex hormones, which he sees as the foundation of human energy. These hormones, produced by the sexual glands and distributed throughout the body via the bloodstream, play a crucial role in nourishing all tissues and influencing both body and mind. Dr. Nags, another physician, supports this idea, noting that practicing strict continence allows the body to reabsorb sexual secretions, promoting health and boosting creative, intellectual, and intuitive faculties. Moreover, mastering control over reproductive functions and channeling their potent forces inward can bring us closer to a higher state of being, potentially overcoming senility and achieving a kind of superhuman existence. This process of slow dying or cellular breakdown can start from birth and is accelerated by consuming unhealthy, decaying food and by wasting seminal fluid. However, when this fluid is preserved within the body, it becomes a sort of fountain of eternal youth. Many people who haven't matured yet see sex as just a form of entertainment, something to indulge in without much thought. But those who have grown understand that this creative power has far greater significance than mere pleasure-seeking. The sex glands are like the engines of our bodies, generating organic energy. If this energy is conserved, it can become the driving force behind all our achievements in life. Contrary to popular belief, most geniuses didn't lead immoral lives. In fact, a closer look at their biographies reveals the opposite. Creative ability, whether in the arts or sciences, is often a refined expression of the same vital energy that many people typically dissipate through sexual activities. Therefore, the supermen and great geniuses of history typically lived lives of strict continence. Various celebrated individuals, from prophets and mystics to philosophers and artists, led lives of chastity during their creative periods. This celibacy isn't just about spiritual or ethical principles. there are also physiological reasons behind it. These reasons relate to the origin and transformation of vital energy and the intricate connections between the genital glands and the lymphatic, vascular, and nervous systems. The human body, like a dynamo, directly taps into electric power from the ether through respiration via the lungs and skin. This underscores the importance of conserving vital energy and maintaining a balanced lifestyle for both physical and creative well-being. The process of absorbing etheric power begins at the solar plexus, which acts as the battery for the sympathetic nervous system. This electric energy, also known as the life force, then travels to the sex glands, where it combines with elements from the blood to form seminal fluid in males and ovarian fluid in females. This fluid carries vital energy to various glands, nerve centers, and organs throughout the body. In males, the sex secretion travels from the testicles through the vas deferens to the seminal vesicles, acting as a receptacle. In females, it travels from the ovaries through the oviducts to the uterus. The seminal or ovarian fluid is quickly absorbed by lymphatic vessels surrounding the seminal vesicles, then travels through the thoracic duct into the left subclavian vein, eventually reaching the heart. This vitalizes the blood, enabling it to transform food into living tissue, which is then distributed throughout the body via the arteries. The transformed sex secretion travels to the brain, nourishing and energizing its cells. In the choroid plexus of the third cerebral ventricle and the pituitary body, it becomes cerebrospinal fluid and pituitrin, flowing through the brain and spine cavity, generating nerve electricity. Consistent loss of seminal fluid can reduce cerebrospinal fluid levels, resulting in a weakened nervous system condition known as neurasthenia. During sleep, a new supply of cerebrospinal fluid is produced, replenishing the central nervous system's energy. This energy, absorbed from the ether by the sympathetic nervous system and conveyed through the sex secretion, recharges the central nervous system electrically. After daily activities deplete stored energy in the cerebrospinal fluid, drowsiness or a desire for sleep occurs. Recharging typically takes 3 to 5 hours, and excessive sleep may dissipate the newly generated energy through uncontrolled cerebral activity, such as in dreams. Throughout this process, elements essential for nourishing brain cells and nerves undergo a transformation from their raw state, obtained from food, to a vitalized condition suitable for incorporation into nervous tissue. The sex glands play a crucial role in phosphorus metabolism, extracting raw phosphorus from food and transforming it into their secretions. Every loss of this vital fluid, whether voluntary or involuntary, depletes the blood of phosphorus, depriving the brain of essential nourishment. Each drop of seminal fluid lost brings diseases, nervous disorders, mental decline, old age, and death closer. Therefore, restraining the loss of vital energy, including vaginal and uterine secretions in females, is essential to prevent this slow decline. Previous beliefs about separate sex secretions, internal and external, were mistaken. The secretions of genital glands, including those of the uterus, seminal vesicles, ovaries, and testicles, form an inseparable unit. Sperm and eggs are continuously generated and absorbed into the bloodstream for internal functions, not just for reproductive needs. Dr. Brinkley, the endocrinologist, emphasizes the equal value of both external and internal secretions for building body tissues. He highlights the master position of the gonads in the endocrine chain, influencing the well-being of all glands. Insufficient thyroid secretion can lead to a decrease in sex secretion, affecting physical and mental development. The interdependence between genital and thyroid glands, as well as their influence on the brain, underscores the importance of maintaining balanced secretions. Deprivation of these secretions weakens bodily functions, leading to premature aging and diminished energy. When the sex secretions are reabsorbed, They contribute to the formation of brain, nerve, and muscle tissue, promoting vitality and strength. Suspending the use of generative organs increases bodily and mental vigor, fostering spiritual growth. Nature intends for all sex gland secretions to remain within the body, like those of other ductless glands. Any escape of these secretions can lead to glandular imbalances and associated health issues. The normal functioning and well-being of the body, mind, and soul depend on absorbed sex fluid. Therefore, leading a chaste life is not only healthy and natural, but also essential for creativity and vitality.